Hey everyone, Johnny B the Blabbermouth here. We're going to do a little bit of cooking today. So what we do is we get the food service called Blue Apron. We've done HelloFresh, we've done Marley Spoon. There was another one in between there, I think, but now we're trying Blue Apron. So if you're not familiar with food services, you can do 2 servings or 4 servings, and how many times a week, or how many meals per week you want to pick. So we do 4, I believe. 4 or 5. No, we do 5 meals, 4 people. So I'm not sure about the pricing. 150 a week, maybe. I don't know. 150, 160 a week. But I'm going to show you what we have here, and then I'm going to keep editing the video, so this isn't going to be, a 3-hour long video for you. So basically, you have your food card. So I'll show you that right here. And now I'm going to make the 3-cheese caramelized onion pizza. There's a picture of it there, and then on the side, it'll give you all the ingredients that they send to you. Okay, there's other options down below if you want to pay more. And then getting started, you have what cooking tools you need, and from my pantry, I'll need olive oil, salt, and pepper only. God bless my wife. Before it comes, she knows what we're getting. She puts everything in one bag. So I just go into the refrigerator, I grab the 3-cheese caramelizer. She has more patience than I do for this stuff. So all the ingredients are laid out here. Move this out of the way. So we have some honey there. We got some crushed red pepper. They sent us a couple of onions, a couple mozzarella blocks. There's some chopped peppers, romaine lettuce, Dijon mustard, a couple cans of tomato sauce, Italian seasoning, Fontina cheese, 2 bags. There's 4 bags of peppers. Italian seasoning that I mentioned. Red wine vinegar. I don't know why there's only 3 here, but I think we were supposed to get 4 or whatever. Parmesan cheese, and then the pizza crust. So because yummy, huh? So because we have 4 people, we got 2 pizzas. If you had 2 people, you'd get 1, right? So. And then back to the card. Once you have your card, you flip it over, and then there is everything you need to do from head to toe, right? So it's some prepping. Now, some meals go extremely quick. Some are more detailed. This doesn't look too bad. So first thing I need to do is preheat the oven to 450. I'm going to get everything prepped, and I'll be back. Okay, first things first, so my oven is now heated up to 450. I sprayed olive oil all over both of these, and I have to bake these for roughly 5 to 7 minutes just to make sure they turn a little bit brown. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna prep. So I'm gonna show you some of the tricks that I use for time management, because when you do things like this, right? You think it's going to take you forever, but it really does not have to. I'll be back to show you a few little tricks. Okay, so on the instructions, I did this already. This is in the oven. I pre-prepped everything, okay? This still has to get cut, but I have time to do that while other things are cooking. Broke up the mozzarella. I chopped up the onions. I have the cheese here. Here's the Parmesan cheese. I'm going to be using Italian seasoning, but I only clip the corners with a scissor so I can sprinkle that on. That's my dressing for the salad, which is going to be this romaine lettuce, and these peppers are also going in the salad. So this is basically the salad. So while that crust is being baked, I have to make the sauce. Okay, so I already pre-opened the sauce. I'm going to turn this on. I actually have to chop up garlic. That'll take me 2 minutes. I didn't see any garlic in there, but I do have enough garlic in the house. So I am going to add oil, garlic, and cook the sauce. And I got to put the Italian seasoning in there. All that can happen while that crust is baking in there. Eventually, I also have to caramelize the onions. So while this is being cooked, I'll put another pan over here and caramelize the onions at the same time. Okay, I did change my mind on one thing. I am not going to do the onions when I did the sauce. So the sauce I just pulled off. It was chopped garlic with a little bit of olive oil. Once that gets fragrant, I added the 2 cans of sauce and the 2 packages of Italian seasoning and a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. These are right where they need to be, because what's going to happen now is I'm going to assemble the pizzas and put them back in the oven. So I'm still keeping the oven at 450. So while the pizzas are cooking, I'm going to cook the onions, because the onions are going to end up going on top of the pizza after it comes out. So I really benefit from nothing aside from, if I cook the onions the same time I was cooking the sauce, the onions would get cold. Okay, and then again over here, I opened everything up. That's the mozz. They just said tear up the mozzarella. Those peppers are going to salad. I told you all this. So here's the onions I'm going to be sauteing. I already chopped up my romaine lettuce and washed it. And here's the rest of the ingredients. So I am going to assemble the pizzas, put them in the oven, and then get working on the onions. Now, one more thing, guys. What I find beneficial to speed things up is check your kitchen out. Number one, if the dishwasher needs to be unloaded, unload it. If the garbage needs to be taken out, put a new garbage in there, because if the garbage is full and you have to start throwing things away, it just makes things hectic. As I'm cooking and there's a little bit of time, I clean as I go. Throw things in the dishwasher or hand wash it. Because once you're eating and you have to go back and clean, you're only going to have a couple things to do. Nobody wants to eat a good meal and then have to go work for another half hour at the stove. It's just not fun. So I like to do it as I go. So just a couple of tips. And pre-prep. Like I said, get everything prepped. So when you're ready to go, I'm going to throw the onions in. I'm going to assemble. Boom, 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 done. As I mentioned earlier, my wife put these bags together for all the meals, because when the box comes to the house, everything is in a box. Or if you're getting, you know, depending on how many meals and how many people you're feeding, you may have multiple boxes. So my suggestion is to do what she does, because if you have a refrigerator full of stuff and then you have to go fish everything out and try to find it, it's not fun. So she writes it all down. She puts it in a bag. I go grab the meal when I cook or when she cooks. It's all right there to go. And then pre-prep everything that it says on the card, and then just tackle it. It goes so much quicker. Let's assemble these pizzas. I'll be back. Okay, there they are, ready to go in. So it's all the fontina cheese, all of the mozzarella broken up and spread out evenly amongst both pizzas. Half the Parmesan, all the sauce, and in they go. 5 to 7 minutes, and then we'll start the onions. A little salt. A little pepper. And caramelize. Okay, while those onions are caramelizing, I chop these peppers up a little bit finer. They're kind of big. You take this dressing, pre-made from earlier in the prep, throw that in. Now, I can't do this two-handed, but you toss. I'm going to put the phone down. And, you know, you get the idea. Toss, and now this is be ready. Okay, all tossed. Boy, I tell you, that dressing's awesome. It's the honey, the, what was it, red wine vinegar, and the Dijon mustard. Boy, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. I got to go tend to the onions. By the time they're done, I'll be pulling that pizza out. We'll be eating. Okay, so pizza's out. It took about 7 minutes on 450. I put it to a higher rack just to speed it up a bit. My onions are good to go. I got the Parmesan cheese over here. Now, these hot red pepper flakes, that's to your taste, what you prefer. If you want them, you just open up these packs and put them on. I do like those, but I already have some up in my cabinet, you know, just to shake out of a regular spice container. So sometimes I open these up and just add them to my spice container. So I'm going to cut these guys up, and then I'll show you the plate, see how it is. All right, so here's my plate. I added the onions, the Parmesan cheese to the pizza. Didn't add any more to the salad. My wife added some cran raisins to the top of hers, anything you have in the house. Of course, if you have cherry tomatoes and all that, you can still make it your salad as long as you have the ingredients. But, you know, Blue Apron sent us the peppers and the lettuce and the ingredients to mix the dressing. So we're going in. I'll let you know how this tastes. Hopefully I don't burn my face off. But I'll tell you what, that crust is really hard. So that's what I like, is crispy pizza. Yeah. Yeah, it's doable, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'd recommend this one, definitely. So just to recap, Blue Apron home food service, the 3 cheese and caramelized onion with all your ingredients here and your instructions on the back. So this is the first of 5 meals that we got. So I'll try to do some more videos throughout the week as we're making more food from Blue Apron. But I'd give this one, yeah, probably a 4 out of 5. Definitely doable. That'll be it for this video, guys. Again, please like and subscribe and hit that post notification bell for when new videos drop. And bon appetit. We'll see you in the next one. So long. Sorry, a little voice in my head was saying, "What about the salad? What about the salad?" I mentioned earlier, the dressing's great. Let me see if I can get some pepper in here. I'll give this the taste. I had to move the phone, sorry. Yeah, very mustardy. I like mustard though. Very tangy. That one hits the tongue. That mustard hits the tongue, but I like it. I like a honey mustard with a little bit of vinaigrette in there. So once again, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 3 cheese caramelized onion pizza along with the salad. So once again, like, subscribe. You know the drill. Bon appetit. See you in the next one.